2,000 people are on average medically discharged from the armed forces every year.
I joined the British Army in September 2001.
I joined the Army August 1999.
I joined the Army in May 2009, commissioned into the 5th Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland, having wanted to join the Army since I was a kid. On my first tour of Afghanistan in 2010, I shot an improvised explosive device, like a homemade landmine, and shattered my left lower leg, which has meant that I will no longer be able to serve in the armed forces.
Yeah, I was discharged just over a year ago for post-traumatic stress disorder, hearing loss, a couple other minor injuries.
I joined the Royal Logistic Corps. Unfortunately, I got injured and I ended up with horrific injuries to my face, to my legs, to my back, to my neck. I also ended up with mental health issues, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, flashbacks, panic attacks, nightmares.
Soldier On is a charity that provides an education in career transition management to medically discharged service personnel, either coming out now or who have been discharged in the past. How it does that is by taking individuals and working in a purely bespoke, one-on-one fashion to help them to understand what their capabilities are, how they can best present those capabilities to potential employers, how they can research different potential areas of employment, and how they can secure the right job for them.
Working with Soldier On has been quite unique. The discussion was, what are you looking for? And then Soldier On looked at specific candidates and came to us with names of individuals who they felt were looking for an opportunity that was entirely different to what they'd been doing in the past, but as an individual and as a character were perfect for this type of environment. We've two candidates who are in roles in the hotel now, one of which is David, who's our doorman, and he's been with us since we opened the hotel.
It's not typical that someone in my position gets to work in this position, obviously without being a doorman before. You know, it's a lot of people are very miffed by it, you know, especially other doormen that work in other hotels, or cab drivers especially. They're always saying, where are you working before? I'm sure I've seen your face in another hotel. But no, never.
So what we do at Soldier On is that we concentrate on getting the soldiers to understand who they are. Who am I? Where am I going? And how am I going to get there? The problem is, with the soldiers just as much as with everyone else, most organisations that help in career transition concentrate on where am I going and how am I going to get there, but they don't concentrate on the key foundation, which is a real in-depth understanding of who I am. Without that, you cannot move on properly, in my experience.
I went from 13 stone to 24 stone. And then I met Soldier On. I met Nicholas Harrison and David Royston Lee, who was a chartered psychologist, and he basically turned my life around. He got me gradually to get my fitness back, my health back, to gain some confidence, and then I stopped feeling so depressed and suicidal, and I found I had a purpose in my life then, and I went from being a nobody to wanting to die to somebody who wanted to live and wake up in the morning. They basically took me through a workshop that helped me find out exactly who I am. I now have a purpose in my life. I have a reason that I will wake up in the morning. Before, I just couldn't do anything. I didn't even know where I was, and I just wanted to end my life. And now I feel totally different. I'm gone from 24 stone down to 17 stone. I'm quite physically fit. You know, my life has changed dramatically, and it's all thanks to Soldier On.
When I was told that I was going to be medically discharged, I obviously had the usual confusion about what I want to do next. I didn't know, I hadn't planned for that scenario, so I was put in touch with a gentleman named David Royston Lee, who works for the Soldier On charity. He's a careers advisor, and he enabled me through doing a number of exercises to find out what I was good at, what I wanted to do, what type of work and vocation suited me, and has now allowed me to be in a position where I know what I want to do when leaving service. I'm hoping to go and teach English abroad, either in Russia or China, and I probably wouldn't have been able to do that if David hadn't helped me to discover what I was good at and what I wanted to do.
All in, I've done 12 years for Queen and Country. Served operational tours, done a couple of tours in Ireland. I've done 2 tours Afghanistan, Iraq. Yeah, all of them, all the frontline infantry, the 1st Battalion Royal Anglian Regiment. Soldier On have helped a lot because one of the conditions I had on top of my post-traumatic stress was an adjustment disorder. Because I've spent all my life in the army, all I've ever wanted to be was in the army. That taking that away from me is like pretty much just ended what I knew to be day-to-day life, and that had a really, really massive effect on my confidence. Well, just everything really. I didn't go out much. I was become very introvert.
I can promise that this charity is making a marked difference to the lives of the individuals and their families and their friends that we help. But we cannot escape the fact that it does cost approximately £1,800 to support an individual and help them into employment, to provide the education in career transition management. So I must ask for your help. I must ask for support from individuals, businesses looking for new charities to support. Can you help Soldier On? If you help us, if you can provide the funding that we need, if you can make a donation to this charity, we will reward that faith by supporting these individuals in the best way that we can.
But meeting Soldier On, it's open doors. Do you know what I mean? It showed it's not just it's opened some doors, but it showed me there's other doors out there I can go and open myself. Do you know what I mean? There's avenues, there's chances, which at the stage when I got discharged out of the army, all I saw was brick walls.